Guys, welcome back. Grandview Barbell here, just reporting on some of the things that we are going to be doing. A couple things we're going to be doing differently, but then a lot of things that we'll be doing the same as well. You can notice up here, we have hand sanitizers. We have those in a couple different spaces around the gym just to make sure you guys are comfortable, to make sure you guys have accessibility to them. As we walk through the facility, the big thing is we do want you guys to sign in before you get into the gym. So use your phone, use the Wi-Fi app. Everyone has that as a part of their membership when they signed up. So make sure you guys use that. It's open 72 hours advance. Guys, that's especially true for people doing open gym as well. You'll be able to see it on our scheduling page on the website. You'll be able to go in, you'll be able to reserve your spot. That way we can make sure that we don't have too many people coming into the gym all at once. Make sure you sign into your classes. Guys, that is one thing that us coaches do want to have you guys as a responsibility to make sure you guys sign into classes. We will have to be pretty strict on this just because, especially as things open up. We need to make sure we're strict on signing in. So please do your part. Go on to Wi-Fi, make sure you sign into whatever class you're gonna take. And then if you're gonna hang out around the gym, make sure to sign into an open gym spot as well for afterward, because we do need to keep a certain number of people in the gym and we can't have us overflowing. So as we walk through, we did do a couple things just to make the room look a little bit different. Majority of which is just to make sure logistically we aren't going to be stepping on top of each other when we're over here. You guys know how the flow of things go. You know how things can get pretty tight over here in certain corners. We did draw duct tape lines on the floor in between the racks just to give people a visual as how far apart they're going to need to be. Classes, as far as power hour goes, we are going to be kind of separating the class, but it's all still going to be in this room. So we may not have 4 people on the same rack, but we will have people spread out throughout the room. And as you guys see the workouts, it'll be pretty obvious how things are going to go from there. As we continue down here, things aren't going to look too crazy different. We'll still have the workout written up on the board. We'll still make sure that you guys are able to see everything there. But one big thing that we want to make sure is we are going to keep these doors closed as often as possible. That way we create a barrier, a physical barrier between the power hour room and between the rev room, especially when it comes to Saturday mornings. We have a 10-person limit in our classes, and that will work totally fine because the only time we do have an overlap is 5:30 p.m. and those Saturday classes. So that is when it is definitely important to sign into classes, because guys, if you don't sign into classes and we are over those numbers, we will have to make people wait for the next class. So make sure you sign into class, make sure you get your spot reserved, and then we won't have any problems with that. We're keeping these doors shut as much as possible just to keep that physical barrier. Then as we come through here, the rev room looks a little different as well. Because in rev, we are sweating, we are using a lot more equipment as we go through. We are starting to, and this isn't the finished product, but we are starting to duct tape some spots out. You can see where the rowers are spaced out a little bit more. And then behind each rower, we are gonna have our bikes, we're gonna have our treadmills, we're gonna make sure everything is there. Guys, when it comes to the bathrooms and the showers over here, we aren't going to be supplying towels for people to take their showers. That way we can make sure we have space in the washers and in the dryers to be washing the towels that people use to wipe down the equipment. Just from a priority standpoint, we would rather have those sanitized for wiping down equipment. And it's gonna look very similar to how we have it at the other gym as well. We are gonna have our normal microfiber towels. We are gonna have those to wipe down the equipment, but we are gonna be changing them out for every person and for every class. When it comes to rev, we are gonna have the spots set up for the most part for each class. So whether that is having a spot with a box, with a dumbbell, with whatever you need for that class. That way we aren't all kind of just congregating over by the dumbbells and making sure that we are being able to stay safe away. Guys, another big thing to think about is on those rev classes, our coaches are going to open these doors over here to allow the rev members to come into and leave from the garage doors over here. That is a big way that we can keep the 2 rooms separate, so we can keep a little bit of that barrier again between the 2. So you're coming in through the door, you're leaving out through that door as well. Again, if you need to come through these doors, absolutely, that's totally fine, but the idea is to keep as spread out as possible. We do need to adhere to those social distance rules, and the way we're doing that is just making physical barriers with, or giving you guys a little bit more of a visual as far as how far things need to be spread out. And then one of the open gym spots is going to be down along the floor there. We have some plywood on the floor, but we are going to be boxing out a couple areas there. They may just be with some X's, but we are gonna ask that you stay close to those X's with all of your equipment. So if you need to grab a box, if you need to grab a bench, that's awesome, do all that stuff. But make sure whatever you grab, you are cleaning, you're wiping down. We're gonna have spray bottles, we're gonna have towels, we are gonna have clean towels for every person as they come through. We're gonna have a laundry bin just like we have at the other gym to throw your towels in as we go. So guys, there will be more to come through emails, there will be more stuff just that is coming out as we go. But the big thing that we need to make sure happens is we do need people to sign into classes. Guys, if we're not signing into classes, that's where we can run into some issues, and we want to stay open because we will. So do your guys' part to sign into classes. Do your guys' part to wipe down the equipment. We'll do our part on the front end to make sure that everything is working, ready to go when you guys get here. All right, guys, see you soon.